I'm a firm believer that for most songs, the meaning behind them should really be left up to the listener, because every single song is really a personal experience, and that's why one song can be really depressing and down for one person and sort of uplifting and a loved song by another. However, there are a handful of cases where the true intent of a song has been thrown so far off track that I feel it necessary to tell you what the actual aim of that song was in the first place, because like I say, perspective is a good thing. Let's start off with the obvious one, Bruce Springsteen's song, Born in the USA. Originally released on the album of the same name in 1984, this song was almost immediately pulled into the political arena, being famously used by President Reagan's campaign that year. It was largely due to this and the title of the song that many people misinterpret this as some chest-thumping, yay America type of song. When you really take a look at the lyrics, it's along the lines of almost every single Bruce Springsteen song, talking about a working class, down and out kind of guy, focusing on soldiers that had returned from the Vietnam War and the way that a lot of them felt completely isolated and unappreciated for what they did. A lot of these stories came from personal friends of Springsteen, and why people try to still pass this off as some nationalistic anthem is absolutely beyond me, because it just isn't. The next song is R.E.M's classic love song, The One I Love. Coming off of their 1987 album Document, this is still one of the most oft-dedicated songs on radio stations, which when you really listen to the lyrics is pretty damn funny. Yeah, I know, this one goes out to the one I've left behind, really sentimental, but have you ever listened to the lyric that comes after that? The next two lines simply say, a simple prop to occupy my time. That's not exactly the most endearing thing that Michael Stipe has ever written, and in many early interviews he talked about the fact that it's a rather blunt and violent description of two people using people over and over again. And it's not like the lyrics change at some point to make it redeeming, it's the same lyrics all three times, though the third verse does alter the words just a little bit. Granted, it's still a fantastic song with a killer guitar riff, but a great love song? Sorry, not true. The last song that's meaning has been truly overlooked over the years may be the biggest misconception in all of music history, and it is of course Woody Guthrie's 1940 song, This Land Is Your Land. Almost every child in the United States learns this song in their youth as it's become a true piece of Americana. But once again, we have a song that's taken in a nationalistic nature when it really isn't. In fact, it's the complete opposite. At its core, the song was written as a critical response to Irving Berlin's God Bless America, as Guthrie felt it was a rather unrealistic sentiment for an overwhelming majority of Americans at the time. Over the years, during live performances, Woody Guthrie would add certain verses and pull others out, while in modern times, the two core final verses are almost completely ignored. And strangely enough, that's where he gets to the direct intentions of the song. Taking on everything from financial inequality to hunger to property rights, This Land Is Your Land fits perfectly into the Guthrie catalog as it's one of his finest rallying cries against an unjust socioeconomic system. And while it continues to be sung in nationalistic senses to this day, the fact of the matter is, the song is nothing even close in truth. So those are just a few recordings that have been massively misinterpreted over the decades, and I'll certainly be getting into more in the coming months. So be sure to check back here every single day for all the music news, reviews, and knowledge you'll ever need.